NBA free agency started off with a huge bang. Got me sound like Mike Breen. But this is how it started. The Denver Nuggets traded Michael Porter Jr. to the Brooklyn Nets for Cameron Johnson. Bro, do you understand what the Nuggets just did and why it's so important? I'm going to speak about a couple other teams that made moves, especially in the West, and you'll understand why this is so important. But they gave up just Michael Porter Jr. and a 2032 pick for Cameron Johnson. I would love to see Cameron Johnson play against Nikola Jokic and get the same amount of shots that MPJ was getting. I promise you, the world is about to see how great of a shooter and of a player, of a defender that Cameron Johnson is, especially next to Nikola Jokic. They pushed the championships, the champions, the Thunder, to a game 7 in the second round. They beat the Clippers in the game 7. And MPJ gave them nothing. Now imagine Cameron Johnson, bro. Threes just falling from everywhere. You pretty much have, I'm not going to say the same exact type of player, but two Aaron Gordons in terms of defense, threes, and then the intensity that they bring on the court. And not only that, they re-signed Bruce Brown Jr. What was the biggest problem for this Nuggets team this whole year? The bench. What did Bruce Brown do so good with the Nuggets? Came off the bench and went crazy for them. They won a championship with Bruce Brown. Ever since he left, they have not been able to make it to the conference finals. The Nuggets been struggling. This year they had a pretty much a healthy roster besides Michael Porter Jr., who still played and hurt the team by playing, and they still couldn't get to the conference finals. With Cameron Johnson and now Bruce Brown, the Nuggets look a lot better. I could only imagine the Nikola Jokic passes to Cameron Johnson for a three. And don't forget, Cameron Johnson could dunk too. Cameron Johnson could go full court too. Cameron Johnson could leap out on a fast break as well. Cameron Johnson could do all those things. He could put the ball on the floor and get to the basket too if you run him off the three-point line. I can't wait to see how he fits with the Denver Nuggets, bro, and see him play against Nikola Jokic and finally get the amount of touches and shots that he deserves, and just to see what it looks like for him to have a willing passer like a Nikola Jokic. As long as you're open, Jokic will get you the ball. It don't matter where you're at, when you're at, he's going to get you the ball. And the Brooklyn Nets, well, I don't know, between them and the Jazz, both of them are the garbage teams of the league. And speaking about the Jazz, and less important agency news, Jordan Clarkson and the Jazz have agreed to waive him, and he's going to be going to another team. We don't know what team yet, but he will be going to another team. And this is kind of something important because depending what team he lands on, if it's the right team that needs him and is contending, he could be the make or break. Other than that, the Houston Rockets. You remember earlier in the video when I said that it's very important for the Nuggets to make these two moves and expand their wing depth and add Cameron Johnson and get Bruce Brown, this, that, and third? It's because the Houston Rockets. I know, the Thunder won a championship. They have a whole bunch of wings. But the Rockets just added Dorian Finney-Smith to the roster. They added Clint Capella to the roster. They have 3 centers, about 5 wing players, and Kevin Durant. They have Dorian Finney-Smith now. They have Amen Thompson. They have Tari Eason. They have Şengün. Like, they have... That roster is a big roster. But it depends now on who's going to be your point guard. How will you run this team? Who are the guards for this Rockets team. Your wing, amazing. Your centers, amazing. Your front court looks so good. But now, who is going to be the ball handler? You traded Jalen Green away. You don't have Dylan Brooks, even though I don't really like him as a ball handler. But you don't have him neither. So who is going to be the ball handler? Who's going to bring the ball up the court? KD can't do that all the time. And we've seen in the playoffs, they're going to get the ball out of his hands. Teams will pick up full court. So I really wonder what's the plan for them, because a lot of point guards are getting signed elsewhere. Tyus Jones just signed with the Orlando Magic for $7 million. I really wonder what's the Rockets' plan moving forward. This could really be an amazing plan. Or this could all go to garbage and all go to shit and be nothing. But what I will say is the Rockets are at least making moves to build this roster around Kevin Durant. And for Kevin Durant, they've done way more today alone in the last couple of hours than the Suns did in 2 years. Let that sink in for a little bit. They did more today than the Suns did in like 2 or 3 years. You see how bad that is? And speaking about the Suns, my man Devin Booker about to sign a 2-year, $150 million contract. Gets $75 million a year, be the league's highest paid player. Man, do you know what that is? That's about $9,000 an hour for 365 days. That's like a couple $100 a minute. That is crazy. $75 million, man. I would have never thought this, bro. Like, I always knew Devin Booker would be great ever since he got drafted. But I never thought, right here, right now, he will be signing a deal that gives him $75 million a year for the next 2 years. And if the Suns show promise in these 2 years, man, that next contract might be 160, 2 years. I'm telling you, man. Congratulations, Devin Booker. I couldn't be happier. But before I end with the video, Brook Lopez left the Milwaukee Bucks for the Los Angeles Clippers. $18 million, 2 years. Now, I don't really like this. I don't know how this will work out with him because he's playing with James Harden. He's more like a three-point shooter now. Obviously, that in the paint game never leaves you. But he's became Splash Mountain. So, how this work with James Harden? It kind of gives the Clippers two different looks. You can have Zubac come in and he's dominating the paint and rim protection, all that. And then Brook Lopez can come in too. Are you gonna run a double center lineup? Who's gonna come off the bench? Because both of them are really good players. Are you gonna try to slide with them to the 4 and run really big? I don't know if that's gonna work, but you could try that. That's interesting though. Kevon Looney left the Warriors. That was crazy to me. He got $16 million from the Pelicans. I was like, why would he go to the Pelicans out of all teams? $8 million a year for 2 years. I was like, why would he leave the Warriors? This didn't make sense. So I'm assuming they're either going to give Jonathan Kuminga what he wants, or he might have just gave up. And he's like, I already won enough championships. It is what it is. And maybe he was getting more money from here than the Warriors were offering. But it's kind of sad to see all the Warriors OGs are like leaving. Like Clay left. KD wasn't an OG, but he came through for 3 years and left. Kevon Looney now leaves. The only thing that's left is Draymond, Steph Curry, and a bunch of young guys that Steve Kerr doesn't want to give a chance to. Then you have the Atlanta Hawks, who came through. They signed for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They traded for him. They didn't really give up anything but a pick. And then they signed Luke Kennard, a 3-point maker. I don't know how this is gonna work out with the Hawks. I don't know what's their plan, honestly. I don't know how this is gonna translate with Trae Young, because we've seen the Hawks try to give Trae Young players, and it just doesn't work. We've seen DeJounte Murray, we've seen a couple of other guys that they try to put next to him, even Clint Capella, and it just doesn't work with him. But they said he called them personally, he got them to the team, he recruited them. So hopefully, knowing that all that happened, something can be worked around, and the Hawks could come up with a plan to make sure that something good actually happens this year with this team, because they gave Nickeil Alexander-Walker a lot of money. Luke Kennard signed a 1-year, $11 million contract. So hopefully they know what they're doing. They go crazy, because they even had Danilo Gallinari for a little bit, and that didn't work out. Like, everything just didn't work out. So I really wonder how this is gonna turn out with Trae Young, and I really hope that Trae Young finds a way to do something with this team, because if he doesn't, they're gonna call him a bad team player. They're gonna say he's a bad leader. He doesn't know how to win. I think this is his last year, man. People are not gonna keep covering for him and hiding his mistakes and the lack of success that the team has year after year, for him. That's not gonna happen, because his skills level is amazing. He came in compared to Steph Curry and Steve Nash, and he hasn't done anything. 1 year he went to the playoffs, went to the conference finals, and after that, it was over. Like, we never seen him make noise. That's it. After that 1 year, it was over. So hopefully they find something to do about it. Any further news, I will definitely be recording. So if there's some big news going on, I'll definitely do a double upload. If not, see you back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This was Talker E. Safe.